Hello, I'm Alyson Slater. I am the Director of Regional Network and Sustainable Development at the Global Reporting Initiative, based in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. I think there are a lot of benefits for a company. First and foremost, by committing to do a sustainability report, companies have the opportunity to better understand their economic, environmental, and social impacts, and therefore risks that they might be incurring through their daily business activities, such as the production of their products and services. It's very important for companies to understand these impacts so they can, of course, better manage them and reduce any risks that might be presenting themselves. It's also a great way for them to communicate with their stakeholders. So it's a very important platform for communication for companies, so they can express and communicate to the various stakeholders what they're doing to contribute to a better society and to reduce any negative impacts that stakeholders might be experiencing.
How do you see the scene of reporting in Colombia?
Well, reporting is on the rise in corporate Colombia. Actually, our figures show that reporting is up over 500% over the last 2 years alone. We're looking at about 150 organizations here in Colombia issuing a sustainability report, going from the big companies, but also some of the nonprofits and interesting public agencies such as hospitals and others that are putting together a sustainability report. So it's not just for companies. We are in the middle of reporting season now, so we expect for 2015 to see that number continue to grow. I think overall, globally, we see about 5,000 companies in the world putting out sustainability reports. The big global Fortune 500 companies are getting very good at sustainability reporting. They're using web-based platforms and digital media to communicate better with stakeholders about their sustainability impact. I think that's one of the trends. Another trend is packaging up data and getting it specifically into the hands of the targeted audience that they're looking for. For example, some companies are putting data on their sustainability performance in with their financial accounts, aiming that information specifically at investors and providers of capital. And we see other companies doing similar things, for example, with their employees, packaging up data and information specifically targeted at their own employees or at their own customers, maybe at NGOs. So it's nice to see companies really targeting those stakeholders with the specific information of interest to them. Yeah, I mean, I like to say companies need to overcome the transparency jitters. For companies, it could be the first time that they've gone public about their performance, say on issues like health and safety or labor conditions, or maybe on their environmental performance. So sometimes they're a little bit nervous to release this information into the public domain, especially if that information might be perceived as being bad news. Luckily, most companies are rewarded for being honest and presenting a balanced report, so in the end they often get rewarded by their stakeholders for being truthful. But this can be a big step and something that management internally needs to overcome.
Okay. Can you tell us some of key aspects that company must take into account for develop a good process for reporting?
Oh, sure. The reporting process is one that lasts all year round. And should be integrated into the overall sustainability management system for the company. Big steps in the process involve stakeholder engagement. So first, identifying with all who your stakeholders are, and of course connecting with them to find out what issues are important to them. Second, to conduct what we call a materiality process, where the company would determine what issues they should report on based on stakeholder feedback and input, and also based on their main impacts that they're having and the severity of those impacts, let's say, on the environment or on social spheres. So I'd say those are the two most important processes that companies would need to put in place ahead of actually gathering the data and issuing the report.
Okay. Can you recommend us document a publication where we can find the steps of reporting?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you start with the GRI Sustainability Reporting Guidelines, the latest issue is called G4. This publication is the worldwide standard for reporting, and it contains a set of principles that help guide companies through decisions about how to report and what to report, and also a set of metrics and disclosures that companies could select and choose from in order to provide that actual data in their public communications about their sustainability impact. The GRI also provides a wide range of supporting materials, information, courses, training, and other resources to help companies on their journey. Okay, from the least to the most. Well, hard to put them in order, but I think maybe the number one, although you said to put that one in the last, is the strategy, really the focus on supporting the business strategy with a focus on risk. I think that's an important reason to report. And of course, some core business reasons, such as attracting capital, the ability to link with business partners, especially in the value chain, the ability to connect with new customers that are interested in purchasing products from responsible companies. I'd say that's a big reason. Another is business benefits, such as cost savings due to efficiencies, and the opportunity to identify innovation aspects and opportunities to innovate around sustainability. Finally, to stay one step ahead of regulation, we're seeing policies and regulation by, say, market regulators of the stock exchange on the rise in the world. So this is one way for companies to stay one step ahead. And finally, I think of quite importance is for those stakeholder relationships. Companies really need to maintain good relationships with stakeholders in the spheres where they operate. And this is a form of communication that helps keep those relationships alive, helps build trust, protects and builds their reputation, and of course enhances their brand value.